So let's break down this haircut. I'm going to be doing a lived-in long pixie haircut, completely short on the sides. I'm going to keep it slightly longer on top. So I'm going to section that off and get that completely out of the way. But I'm going to start the haircut in the back as always. So you can see I'm pushing ahead slightly forward. My sections are going to be nice and clean and keep the elevation pretty low to the head. Even though our head's pushed forward, I want to take it pretty short, but I want to keep that fringe or the outline pretty broken up. I want to keep it slightly lived in. So you can see I'm just dragging every section back slightly towards the previous section, but taking slightly diagonal forward sections all the way through the back, just starting under the occipital bone right there, bringing the sections all the way up to the back of the ear. So moving on to the side section, still keeping this slightly diagonal forward, but dragging them back just a little bit. You can see right there, keeping my sections nice and clean, but just over directing them back, just to keep a little bit of safety when I come to the front to the hairline, because I want the fringe area or the hairline to look lived in. So I'm going to go back through and break that up. The top section is going to be a little bit detached, so I want it to overhang just slightly, but I want to keep that fringe nice, lived in, broken up, not too clean, but very wispy. So I'm just going to repeat the same on the other side, and then as I move on to the top section, right around the crown area there, I want my elevation to be 90 degrees to the head. So it may not look like 90 degrees to you, but if you look at the shape of the scalp, I'm actually pulling it off at 90 degrees to the curve of the crown, because I want that little bit of length and that little bit of overhang there. So each section that I take forward, I'm pulling, or I'm over directing back into the previous section to keep that length on top, and also to keep that little bit of detachment. I'm not going to go through and attach it to the sides or connect it to the sides, because I want it to overhang just a little bit so I can break all that up. So just continue working all the way through the front. You can see I'm pulling it slightly back, over directing it back, just to keep that little bit of length in there. You know, it's a safeguard. You know, I keep that little bit of length because I know I'm going to go back through and texturize it on top and give it some movement. I want this haircut to be very lived in. I don't want it too clean. It looks clean around the side, around the back there, but if you look really close, the line's very broken up. So now I'm just going to go through and texturize it. You can see I'm twisting and cutting. So if you don't know how to do this, I would recommend practicing on a mannequin before you actually go onto a client. But all you're doing is breaking it up with your scissors, giving it that movement, personalizing the haircut. It's a bit hard to see on the sides, but it does overhang just a little bit. So as I'm going through and texturizing it, I'm sort of looking for that messy textured look. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different that I've never done before. I'm going to use a Salon Guy's clutch as a pre-style. Typically it's something I would use on my hair. Her hair is completely wet. I've warmed it up in my hands and I'm going to work it all the way through the hair. And as I say, I've never done this before, so I really want to see how much body we can get out of her hair with the product. So I'm going to go through and round brush it all to start with, and just smooth it all out. Now as I was doing this, the product, you know, it's typically used on men's hair, so to use it as a pre-style is a little bit different, but it worked really well. You can see the brush going through her hair really good. I was really impressed with this. As I say, typically not something you would do, or I've never seen this used in this format before, but I really liked it and was very impressed. Look, the Salon Guy's amazing, comes out with amazing products, but I thought this would be a little bit different, and overall really impressed with the way this turned out, using clutch as a pre-style, not so much just as a men's styling product. I absolutely love this longer pixie haircut. I think it's really cool. You know, it suits her. So listen, thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. If you've liked this video, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what you think. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and don't forget that bell notification so you know when I upload next. And thank you so much just for watching this video.